The second half of SLA against Lehi Pioneers. The score 1-0 in favor of Lehi. Lehi with the kickoff, and that ball will roll out of bounds. No, it is kept in bounds. And the call now, blue throw-in, Hassan. Throwing it in down the line to number 7, Tyson. White recovers the ball. Tyler with the defensive pressure. Tate with defensive pressure. Hassan dislodges the ball and will roll out of bounds. The call is blue throw-in. SLA needs to come out strong within the first 5 or so minutes of this half to put more pressure. Tyler gets that ball up over to, let's see, Hassan. Hassan lays the ball off in the middle. It's chipped up, intended for Cooper. Cooper to Parker. Now over to Harper. Harper plays it back over to Gerald. Gerald switches the field over to the far right-hand side, looking for Tyson. Tyson is able to bring it down before the line. Nutmegs the player, gets through. Looking to cross it over. He gets it. No, and it's just wide right. And the call is corner kick. This will be the first corner kick of the half for SLA. And it looks like it'll be Tyson who will take the kick. And let's see. Looks like Parker and Raphael will be the last men of defense. Brock coming up to provide some height. Tyson giving the signal. Launches the ball up high in the center, headed down. Shot, blocked, cleared. Cooper getting a toe on it. It's cleared out by White at the last second. And it will be blue throw-in. Tyson feigns the throw to Tate. Not there. Looking again for different options. Tyson bouncing the ball like a basketball. Puts it up in the center, intended for Tyler. Headed over to the left-hand side, but no runner there, and it'll be scooped up by the Lehi Pioneer keeper. Ball drop kicked high to the far left-hand side along the edge. It will go out of bounds, resulting in an SLA throw-in at midfield. Hassan throws the ball down the line, trying to get to Tyson. Tyson makes a move, ball dislodged. Gerald picks it up. Gerald over to Tate. Tate cuts back in the center, lays it back off. Over to Brock. Brock, his pass is intercepted. Now on the counter-attack, and ball cleared out. Sliding tackle by Brock. It'll be White throw-in at the top of their mid-third. White gets that ball off Tyson, putting pressure. Ball dislodged. White recovers. Tyson putting pressure on. Ball switched over to the right-hand side, brought down by White. White maintaining possession, looking for a runner on the right-hand side. Cut off by Harper. Ball switched over to the left-hand side. Headed, and it just goes over the crossbar. White putting together a couple of possessions there and getting a shot on goal. Raphael, back over to Bryson, back over to Raphael. Raphael pressured, immediately dislodged. He gets the ball, clears it out, brought down over to Harper, picked up by Cooper. Cooper over to Parker. Parker lays it down the left-hand side. It's going to be a foot race. Tyson, keeper out of the box. He clears it out into the stands. And it'll be blue throw-in. Parker throws the ball down the line over to Tyler. Tyler maintains possession, crosses the ball over in the center, trying to get to Tyson. Hassan shot by Tyson, blocked and picked up by the keeper. Hassan trying to get in on there, maybe dislodging the ball at the last moment. Ball rolled out onto the left-hand side. White and midfield. Bringing the ball down the left line, trying to cut into the center. Tate putting a little bit of pressure on. The ball rolls out of bounds. It'll be blue throw in at midfield. Hassan throws the ball down over to Tyler. That ball is kicked out of bounds. It'll be blue throw in front of the white bench. Tyler launches the ball, trying to get it over to Cooper. Cooper pushing, no foul called. Cooper staying with his man. Ball played into the box. Cooper with the hustle almost gets there. Cleared out, brought down by Hassan. Hassan over to Tate. Tate working the line, launching the ball down the line. Cleared out by White, recovered by White. Tate with a foul, and it will be a White free kick at the top of their defensive third. White kicks the ball up high, headed down by Brock, recovered by Tate. Tate lays it off over to Tyler. Tyler over to 17 dancing around the ref, lays it back off over to Brock. Brock resets, switches the field over to the left-hand side. He's got a runner, but Harper's not going to get there in time. It'll be a Lehi Pioneer goal kick here. Ball booted high over to the right-hand side, and it is going to roll out of bounds. Parker throws the ball quickly over to Harper. Harper maintains possession, taking on 3 men, but no foul called. Gets up, stays with it, still with the ball. Herculean feet, gets it over to Parker. Parker dispossessed. And Cooper now running the ball over to the left-hand side. White with possession. White. Ball deflected. It'll be White throwing at the top of their mid-third. White quickly throws the ball in. Challenged by Parker. Parker's able to get a toe on it. It'll be another White throw in. White throws the ball headed away by Tyler, recovered by Harper. Harper gets it over to Gerald. Gerald switches the field over to the right-hand side. Beautiful ball over to Tyson. Tyson dispossessed. White challenging with the ball, clearing the ball out over on the left-hand side. It's staying with Tate. Tate gets the ball over to Cooper. Cooper back over to Tate. Tate takes a touch over to the right-hand side near the corner of the box. Looking for options, challenged, cuts back through and dispossessed. It'll be White ball at the top of their defensive third. Looking to, oh man. Gerald emerges with the ball, lays it off over to Tyler on the left-hand side. Tyler has a couple of moments to put something together, lays it off over to Harper on the left-hand side. Harper at the top of the box, lays it down low, but no runner, and it'll be easily scooped up by the Lehi keeper, and there's an injured player for SLA. And can't quite see who this is right now. It might be maybe number 9, Halleck. No, it was Gerald, the injured player, but he's able to get up. Ball drop picked up, and it'll be a drop kicked by Lehi. They kick it up high to the left-hand side, and it's going to go well out of bounds. And it'll be blue throw in front of the white bench. And a substitution here for SLA. Looks like Cooper's coming off, and number 8 is coming on, Juan, playing striker. Hassan with the throw-in. At the top of the attacking third, throws the ball over to number 8. Ball dislodged and kicked out of bounds. It'll be another SLA throw-in. Hassan down the line. Handball, no call. Cleared out by White. Brock challenging for the ball. He gets there. Brock still with the ball. Sliding tackle and cleared out by White. Blue gets possession of the ball on the left-hand side. They lay it off over to Parker. Parker looking for Tyson. Tyson 1-2s over to Parker. Parker at the top of the box. It'll be cleared out, and it'll be another substitute here coming for an injured Lehi player, I believe. So the ref will put the ball back into play. Lehi's keeper will pick it up, roll it out over the left-hand side. Harper trying to put some pressure on there. Ball goes through, picked up by Lehi on the left-hand side. Tyler getting in on some defensive pressure there. Number 8, that ball rolls out of bounds. The call is White throw-in, much to the dismay of the blue bench. White throws the ball up over. It's cleared out by Brock. Harper gets a head on it. Harper now with the ball. Looking for different options. Elects to reset the ball back to number 27. No, that's Brock. Brock challenged. Gets the ball to number 8. And that ball is kicked out of bounds. It'll be SLA throw-in. Hassan quickly throws the ball into Tate. Tate 1 touches over to Harper. Harper backheads it, brought down by White against the line. Hassan challenging, kept in bounds. Hassan with the tackle. White gets the ball through. Tate with the tackle there, dislodges the ball, and the call is White throw-in. White throws the ball down the line. Hassan is able to recover that ball. No foul there. Then the call is blue throw-in. Hassan looking for options. He throws it down the line to 1. Again, out of bounds, another blue throw-in. No, the call is White throw-in. White from the top of their defensive third, throwing it into traffic. Tate gets a toe on the ball. White emerges with it, ball loose. Tyson gets the ball, through ball into the box, in traffic, lodged shot, just wide left. Couldn't have been more than a mere centimeter. But it's okay, SLA is knocking on the door. They're trying to build momentum, trying to overcome a 1-0 deficit at the moment. They are certainly happy to get an equalizer. Ball launched over high to the left-hand side. 1 challenging for the ball. White gets there, is able to maintain possession. Hassan challenging. Tyler using his body, getting in on that ball, dislodged. And Parker clears that ball up high to the right-hand side. Tyson brings the ball down. Tyson lays it off over to Parker on the left. Parker puts in the center to Harper. Harper 1-2 to Parker. Parker looking to cross it, feigns the shot, crosses it over, headed away by White. Tyson's going to get there first. Tyson switches the field over to the right-hand side, over to Brock. Brock over to Hassan on the right. Hassan looking to switch the field. He chips it up over high into the center, headed away. And cleared out by White, recovered by Parker. Parker in a tussle. Gerald now getting in on it. The ball dislodges. White now on the counterattack. Tate on defense. The ball laid off on the left-hand side. Hassan hustling to get there, trying to slow down any momentum that White has. And an injured player on the pitch for Lehi. And a substitute was made for Lehi, but it will be Lehi's ball. It'll be dropped back by the ref here momentarily. Nearing 15 minutes into this half, SLA down 1-0. Although they've had plenty of opportunities, they've been unable to find the back of the net. Ball back in play. White lays it off to the defensive line. Challenged immediately by Tyler. And that ball rolls out of bounds. It'll be blue throw-in. And Hassan, yet again, throwing the ball in. Lays it off over at the feet of Tate. Tate's able to knee it up. It'll be cleared out by White. It'll be blue throw-in in front of the White bench. Hassan again. Down the line, cleared out by White. It'll be another blue throw-in. Blue moving down the line about 10 yards every time. Ball thrown over to Tyler. Tyler bodied out. White lays the ball back. Picked up by Gerald. Gerald over to Gerald at the top. Gerald dislodged. White. Tate gets a toe on it. No. Picked up by Blue. Over to Parker. Parker in the middle. Parker brings it over to the left-hand side. Cuts back into the center looking for Gerald. Gerald not there. Gives it over to Tyson on the left. Tyson looking to cut on the right-hand side. Approaching the corner of the box. Tyson shoots off the back of the defensive player there, and ball cleared out by White. It'll be blue throw-in. Hassan throws the ball into Taylor, and a foul throw, I believe, is the call. Not a foul, as you would imagine here. Yes, so it is, the call is White throw-in. It's just in front of the White bench on the left. Ball thrown into the center. The loose ball will be picked up by Gerald. Gerald lays it off over to Harper. Harper, a little bit of a heavy touch. His pass intended for Hassan is cleared out by White, and it is kept in bounds. No, the flag goes up and it is out of bounds. It'll be blue throw-in. Hassan to Tyler. That pass is broken up, reset. And White gets the ball at midfield. Gerald hustling, forcing White to reset. Ball kicked up high, over the heads, picked up down, let's see, headed down by Brock over to Parker, now over to Tyson on the left-hand side. Tyson cutting into the center, nice nutmeg, bodied away, and a foul called against Tyson. White with the free kick. White now burning in the ball on the right-hand side. It's a little bit heavy and it'll roll out of bounds. It'll be blue throw-in at the top of their defensive third. And a substitute here for SLA. Looks like Tate will be coming off and Henry coming on.
Let's go!
Parker looking for different options. Throws it into Gerald. Gerald back over to Parker. Parker back over to Gerald. Gerald gets the ball, makes a couple of moves, beating 3 or 4 players, lays it over on the left-hand side. Picked up by Henry. Henry has some options, looking to lay it off. He puts it over in the center to Gerald. Gerald cuts back, pressured by White. Cuts back on the left-hand side, and it'll be too heavy of a touch. It'll be White throw-in. And Gerald going down again for the second time, needing to check his being subbed off now, and it looks like number 14 Jett will be coming on. So White throwing at the top of their defensive third, throws the ball back. Harper putting some defensive pressure on that. Ball is blocked by Tyson, recovered by Harper. Over to Tyson in the center, lays it off over, back over to Tyson. Shot blocked by White, recovered by Brock. Brock puts it back in the center, lays it off over to Parker on the left-hand side. Parker finds it over to Henry. Henry trying to cut on the inside. About 20 some odd yards out, kicks the ball back, resetting back over the defensive line over to Brock. Brock chips the ball up into the box, brought down by White. White will now clear that ball out. A through ball on the left-hand side, and Brock having to hustle back to get that one. White now at the top of their attacking third. Hassan trying to get it on the defense. Ball at the top of the box, trying to be crossed over, and a foul called, or offsides. Come on, Blue. Ball put back into play from the keeper. Over the left-hand side, played up. Over to Henry. Henry bringing the ball past midfield. Lays it off over to Tyler. Tyler finds over to Harper. Harper unable to connect, and it will be an SLA corner kick. Signal given. Ball played on the ground over to Tyson. Tyson lays it back off. Ball chipped up into the center, deflected out. Be recovered by Jett. Jett's ball cleared out by White. It'll be picked up by Parker. Parker on the right-hand side cuts back to the left. Parker plays it over to the left-hand side. Over to Henry. Henry cuts back into the inside, looking to shoot. Chips it over to the right-hand side, and diving save by the keeper. Ball rolled out over the left-hand side. White bringing the ball up, approaching the middle of the field. Ball working the left hand. Crossed in the center. White still with possession. Blue having a hard time getting back into shape. White putting together a couple of passes, trying to gain momentum, keeping the ball in their attacking third as much as possible. Henry on defense. Tyler, no, that was Jett on defense. Ball swung over to the left-hand side. Hassan on defense, using his body there. White dangerously putting together several passes and building momentum for themselves. Ball laid up high on the left-hand side and unable to be brought down. It'll be a goal kick for SLA. Ball played off quickly. No. There was a substitute there, that's why. Sub for White. Ball now back in play, number 27. Bringing the ball up on the left-hand side. Launches it high, getting past midfield over to Harper. Harper over to Henry. Henry trying to cut inside. He's able to get through. Oh, Tyler almost able to get there. The ball just stopped short of him. White trying to get rid of it. Jett trying to stop the ball. White now on the right-hand side. Laying it off immediately, pressured by Parker. Parker gets the ball over to Henry. Henry back over to Parker on the left-hand side. Parker approaching the box on the left. Dives the sliding tackle, puts it on. No runner there, shot! Blocked! And it goes in! No! Stopped by the keeper! Oh my word! Unlucky! Blue looking to find the back of the net. White trying to park the bus as much as possible. White playing the ball back and forth, dancing around the midfield, trying to keep the ball away from SLA. SLA desperately trying to find a way to get that ball to get the back of the net. Hassan with the stop there. That ball rolls out of bounds. It'll be White throw-in just after midfield. White throws the ball down the line. Jett getting in there on defense. Hassan trying to slow things down. White bringing it past the 18-yard line. Nice defense there by Hassan. Dislodges the ball. Ball still in. Inbounds, it'll be White. No, the call is blue throw-in right by the corner flag. And a couple of substitutes for SLA. We have number 9, Alec, coming in, and number 10, Ryder. Tyson coming off, and Tyler coming off. Hassan, deep in his defensive third, looking for options to throw the ball, gets it over to Jett. Jett heads it back. White's going to get there first, though. Brock, swing and a miss. Blocked by their own player. Ball reset by Brock, cleared out by Bryson. Ball bouncing back and forth, and that's going to roll out of bounds. It'll be SLA throw-in at the top of their defensive third. Ball back in play by SLA. Laid it off down the line, intended for Henry. Henry lays it off over to Parker. Parker maintains possession, switching the field over the right-hand side over to Brock. Brock plays it in over to number 10, I believe. Trying to get the ball over to Harper and unable to connect. Ball headed away by number 10. 14, Jett with the ball. Jett trying to get it over to Hassan. A little bit of a miscommunication there. Hassan is able to recover. Resets the ball all the way back over to Bryson. Bryson lays it off over to Raphael. Raphael bringing the ball up top of the defensive third and chips that ball, brought down by Parker. Parker lays it off over to Henry. Henry looking for different options, moves over to the right-hand side, cuts back, puts it up over to 10. 10 chips the ball over. Oh, intended for Parker, cut off by White. White with a heavy touch, giving SLA a chance to recover. They do. Brock gets the ball over to the left-hand side over to Henry. Henry has a runner on the left-hand side over to Parker on the left. Parker, only a few yards out, crosses the ball. Diving in there. Harper almost got there. SLA has kept the Pioneer keeper extremely busy this half. They just need to crash in there a little bit better. Find that back of the net. White playing in their defensive third. SLA trying a high press here. White getting past Hassan, using the back of his head to get the ball. Jett now with it. Jett, his pass not there. Jett able to bring the ball down, getting the ball. Let's see. Jett lays it off over to number 10. Ryder still with the ball. And no, miscommunication with one, and it will be a goal kick for the Pioneers. And a substitute here for SLA. Parker coming off, and Branson coming on. Ball back in play. Harper with the high press. Jett getting in on there. White still with the ball, laying it off. Hassan with the touch, with the tackle, gets the ball over to 10. 10 over to 9. Oh, sliding tackle saves the day for White. It'll be recovered by SLA, picked up by Henry. Henry lays it off over to 6. 6 crosses the ball over. It'll be a corner kick for SLA. And there's an injured player for White. Just off of the screen. He's down at the top of the box. And play is about to resume with the injured player substituted out. SLA with another corner kick, the second of the half, I believe. Signal. No, ref having a few words. Signal given. Will this be it? The ball up high to the far post. Headed away and in! SLA with the equalizer! Number 10! No, that was Jett. Jett with the goal. Equalizer. It's a 12 minutes left in the game. Renewed life for SLA. Trying to come out with a win. Kickoff for White. Ball cleared up high on the left-hand side. White, no holding, a foul, almost called their advantage given. White now in the attacking third, laid off with Jett trying to get in on there. White switches the field over to the right-hand side. Ball centered. SLA needs to make sure they're not celebrating too much and stay in shape. Ball crossed over to the far left-hand side, brought down, cleared out, brought over to, ball laid off over to Harper. Harper has a runner, Henry on the left-hand side. Henry travelas the ball over, trying to get there, and is cleared out by White. Ball reset back to the defensive line for White. SLA retreating and not with the high press that they normally have. And that ball is kept in bounds. Tackle there. And a foul called against White there in midfield on the right-hand side. Ball laid down on the ground, chipped up high into the box. White's going to get there first and let it roll out of bounds. Harper challenging, but no, it will be goal kick for White. Ball back in play, played short over to the center back on the left-hand side. SLA trying to maintain a high press, a nice tackle, and now the right-hand side lays it off over to Harper, too heavy though, and it will roll out of bounds. Hassan will throw it in, trying to get over to Jett. Jett bodied away. White will regain possession. They chip the ball up high into the center, brought down. Hassan gets the ball in. It's going to be too much though. SLA needs to calm down just a little bit. Ball headed down, cleared out by White. And SLA will get there, laying it up in the center here. A nice 1-2 opportunity to let it run through. Henry lays it off over in the center again to 9. 9 back over to Brock. Brock switches the field over to the far left-hand side. Henry's there. Henry on the left-hand side. Cuts over to the right at the top of the box. Still with it. Ball dislodged. It'll be recovered by SLA. Shot just wide and snatched away by Lehi's keeper. That was Alec, I believe, with the shot on goal there. And White now bringing the ball up. Again, ball dislodged, recovered by Brock. Over to Henry. Henry's got to run over to Harper. Harper not called offside, no, and picked up by the Lehi keeper. Beautiful series of events there. SLA wanted to find the back of the net. Again, that pass errantly over to Harper, the center. Harper 2-on-1 shot. Hits the Woodwork. 9 back over to Harper again. Harper over to the right-hand side. Body down. No foul. No foul. Recovered by Hassan. Hassan on the right-hand side. Looking for more options. Gets it over to the center. Center lays it off over on the far left-hand side. That pass will be intercepted by White. And let's see. White now on the counterattack. Brock getting in on there. White still maintaining possession against the line. An errant touch. White still able to maintain possession. Alec putting on pressure. Hassan able to pick up the loose ball. Hassan still with it. Hassan tackled away. White with the ball at midfield on the left-hand side. Ball headed away, and Brock will clear that ball out over to Hassan on the right-hand side. Kept in bounds. Hassan gives it to Jett. Jett tackled away. Shot blocked by Jett. Sliding through Jett. White gets the ball. Hassan with the challenge. And now SLA. Body, no foul given. White now with the ball. SLA up in arms. 1-on-1 sliding. Cleared the ball out. It'll be White throw in. Coach Greg furious that his players were sandwiched and no foul was called. Ball back in play. Maradona move there. Reset. And the ref stopping play. SLA furious for what they feel is a non-call. And an injured player. Looks like Tate coming back on and Jett coming off. And a couple of more subs for SLA. We have Tyler coming back on, Tyson coming back on, Hooper coming on, Harper coming off. And let's see, Ryder coming off, as well as Juan coming off. So it is SLA's ball. There's 5 minutes left to score 1-1. SLA gives the ball up over to Branson. Branson switches the field high on the left-hand side over to Tyson. He's got a runner, keeper out. Ball deflected. Number 9 lays it off over to Cooper. Cooper called offsides. Oh, long earlier, called offsides. SLA is hungry, wanting the win. White puts the ball back into play. Brought down. White now at the top of the attacking third. Ball dislodged, nice tackle. Tate recovers. Tate with the ball over the right-hand side over to Tyson. Tyson has some room, looking for options, cuts back, chips the ball over to Tyler. Tyler lays the ball back over to Hassan. Hassan finds Tate. Tate lays it up over to Tyler. Tyler turns towards the goal, moving it more in the center. Over to number 6. 6, his pass, a shot was deflected, recovered by White. And White gives the ball away, and Bryson will play the ball over to the far left-hand side, also giving the ball away in front of the blue bench. White elects to throw the ball back. Tate dislodging the ball. Blue is going to recover. Gives the ball over to 6. 6 down the line. 1-2 to Henry. Henry looking for options. He's got a through ball over to Tyson. Tyson, the ball was dislodged. White hustling to get that ball out of that area. Brought down at midfield on the right-hand side. White on the counter-attack. Tate deflects the ball, and it'll be picked up by Bryson. Ball yeeted over to the far right-hand side, over to Hassan. Hassan in midfield. Not totally pressured yet. Plays it off over to number 9, back over to Hassan. Hassan plays it back to Tate, back to Hassan. Hassan looking for options. Ball dislodged. Brock emerging with the ball, trying to get it over to Cooper. White will get there first. Tyler on defense. White in midfield. White somehow emerges with the ball still. Lays it off over the right-hand side. Right by the box. Ball dislodged. Crossed over. Dangerous. Headed away by Brock, and a ball cleared out by Brock. It'll be White throw-in. And a couple of substitutes now for SLA. It looks like Parker will be coming in and Hassan coming off. Lehi also making a couple of changes. And there's a player on White who's also down inside the box. It looks like he's walking off the pitch. So it'll be White throw-in at the top of their attacking third with about 2 minutes left. Ball brought down, recovered by Parker. Parker gets the ball over to the left-hand side. Too much mustard on that one. It'll be White throw-in in front of their own bench. Ball cleared out high. Brock is able to head that ball out of bounds. It'll be White throw-in at the bottom of their attacking mid. And ref telling the player to go back a little bit farther. Tyson with the defensive challenge. The call is blue throw-in. Parker will be throwing the ball in. Ref really adamant about where the ball be thrown in from. Parker throws it in the middle. Dangerous. Headed down. It will be recovered by White. Challenged. White now attacking on the right-hand side, about 20 yards out. Ball crossed over and cleared out by Brock. It'll be a SLA corner kick. Even preseason? There's just under a minute left. The score tied 1-1 with Lehi, with a scoring opportunity, running a set piece from the corner. Ball up high, going to the far back post, headed out by SLA. Cooper swinging the ball over to the right-hand side. SLA challenging for the ball. White cleared out by SLA, giving some breathing room. White, Tyler is getting ahead on it. Tate almost getting ahead on there. And a shot opportunity goes up high, wide left. With just a few seconds left in the clock,
overtime?
So in the high school season, it typically goes to overtime, but unclear if that's going to happen here. Looks like it is, as the as the captains of both teams are going to the middle. So it'll be a 10-minute half for overtime. Is the game over?
No. 10 minutes. I think it's
10 and 10?
no,
Or just 10?
what do you call it when you have whoever shoots?
Golden goal.
I think so. I'm not 100% sure, so I would say. Nolan, is it golden goal? No. They do a full 10 minutes? Ask Simon when he walks in. I'm seeing trouble.
Hey Nolan, is Simon up there? Or did he go somewhere? So you're in charge of all that?
Is it golden goal?
That's what we're confirming. The referee said no. We wanted Simon to confirm. But it is overtime. So what is it? Is this just for you guys, or is this for like TV or something?
I do post it.
What's that?
I do post it online.
Awesome. I was just wondering, like, what are we, the Fox 13 game of the week or something? Then I saw this where it said TNN.soccer. Hey, if Simon shows up, tell him to call. Yeah.
2 10-minute halves. So it's golden goal. First one to score. Maximum of 2. If it's still tied, then it goes to a shot.
Still 10 minutes. 10-minute half, so they start in 2 minutes, so 20 minutes, so that's 5:40. The way it's going, we might not. The time is there. The 10.
Eric wanted to make sure he came out here. He's like, so apparently the rest didn't.
All right, the overtime rules for high school here is golden goal, no more than 2 10-minute periods. And if it's still tied after 2 periods, it'll go into a PK shootout. SLA has absolutely dominated possession throughout the game, but have had a hard time finding the back of the net. They're hoping that this rest doesn't curb their momentum. The refs had to consult this the handbook. This rule is new as of this year. So it looks like Lehi will be kicking the ball off. Ball kicked up high over the left-hand side. Nice aerial athleticism. Ball headed down. It will be recovered. Swung over to the left-hand side to Henry. Henry 1-2. Ball back over to Henry. Henry now in the attacking third, bringing the ball over in the center. Chips the ball up over the far right-hand side. Tyson was there, but a miscommunication, just short. That's the way SLA wants to begin this golden goal first half, putting pressure immediately on Lehi. SLA with the high press again, trying to keep. Nice tackle there by Henry. Henry emerges with the ball on the left-hand side. It's going to roll, be kept inbounds by White. And that ball goes out of bounds. The call is blue throw in by the corner flag. Looks like Parker will be throwing this ball in. Ball thrown over to Henry. Henry turns, brings the ball over the right-hand side, crosses it over, looking for Tyson. Tyson's going to get there. Lays the ball off into the center. A miscommunication on White is going to capitalize and clear the ball out of the half. And it looks like Brock will get there and let that ball roll out of bounds. It'll be blue throw in. They quickly get it over to Hassan. Hassan tackled away, staying with his man, and that ball will roll out of bounds. The call is blue throw in. Hassan over to Tyler. Tyler to Hassan. In traffic. And let's see, it looks like Brock gets that ball out over to Tate. Tate kicks the ball up. And Tyler recovers the ball. Tyler swings the ball over to Parker on the left-hand side, just past midfield. Parker trying to get the ball over to Cooper. Can he get there? Yes. Back over to Parker. Parker on the left-hand side looking for Henry. Henry crosses the ball over the right-hand side. Headed in! Tyson with the golden goal! SLA wins! Amazing! What a goal! What a way to finish! Amazing! And the celly from Tyson, your SLA Griffins winning just 2 minutes into the game, into the second, into overtime, coming away with the win, 2-1. That's it, folks. We'll see you on Friday.